To use this console, please step back. Since you're unable to follow simple instructions, I have been given permission to terminate you. Goodbye.
Damn. No, I really thought sucking and dying would work that time. That one seemed to be in a rush. Should have gotten out of its way.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep
In the following video, a mother named Aaliyah is recording her daughter who just had a night terror. Aaliyah's daughter has been suffering from night terrors for the past few weeks now, which according to her child's doctor is a common phase that most children her age experience. But one night, Aaliyah wakes up to find her daughter on her bed crying intensely than ever before. It seems that she just had the most severe night terror ever. Her night terror was so intense that she ran straight into her mother's room. So, Aaliyah immediately records this video to show her child's doctor. But while recording, this happens.
Scared? Are we scared, baby? Come on here, big girl. Come here, big girl. Come here, big girl. It's okay. There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent pushes the door. You're fine, okay? Are you big girl? If you're scared, just remember, baby Lenny's here, mommy's here. We're all gonna be together in the same house. It's gonna be okay. Let's go to bed. What's wrong, Cora? What are you afraid of? You're scaring me, honey. I don't see anything.
Just as Aaliyah sees her daughter staring at the shutters, she points the camera that way and captures this. The blinds suddenly closing on their own. But it's not just a few that close up, but rather all four shutters at the same time, which is made creepier when listening to the audio closely. It sounds as if someone or something had forcefully shut them. Naturally, they make a run for it and spend the rest of the night inside mom's room. Now the next day, Aaliyah makes a video talking about these shutters. She shows how hard it is for all four to close at once unless someone had moved each rod on each window at the same time.
You have to be physically standing by the blinds in order to close them like this. And also, all four of them close at the exact same time. There's not like electronic, it's not battery powered, that's not creepy. Trying my best not to freak out. So, to close these.
Eerily, the door behind Aaliyah starts to move on its own. It happens right as she explains how the shutters work, which is made creepier considering what just happened last night. But that's not even the weirdest part, because later she points out something that makes last night's incident with the moving door even harder to explain.
So, the AC was not on when the door closed. It's very loud. And you can hear it coming from the vent. The air vent could not have pushed this door close in that other video because the air was not on, the AC was not on.
Now, even with the AC on, the door doesn't close. She was initially wrong for thinking the door had closed because of it.
There's the vent right there, baby. See? The vent.
It was never on to begin with, which she demonstrates by comparing the difference in sound from both clips.
It's okay.
So then, if it wasn't the AC, then what had moved the door? Like the shutters, this one doesn't make any sense. Although creeped out by all of this, Aaliyah feels oddly relieved knowing that her child's night terrors might not be from nothing, but caused by something else. Currently, she plans to keep her daughter away from this room until she figures out what to do next. But until further updates are given, this video will continue to remain a mystery. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
The course that MIT is offering with NASA, Boeing, and other partners.
Now, this next video was recorded by an overnight security guard who works at a cemetery. One night, while doing his rounds, he records a video for his brother-in-law whom he wanted to show the crematorium that's on this property. Apparently, it gets pretty creepy once it's dark, and he wanted to show him why he doesn't like patrolling this area. Now, for those who don't know, a crematorium is a place where the deceased are cremated and essentially reduced to ashes. These remains are then put inside urns, which the families then keep. But knowing what goes on back here only makes what was captured that much more unsettling. As the guard records this video, he captures this.
They turn off automatically at a certain hour. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to walk you through now. I have a friend that works that he would see and hear things coming from these furnaces. When they're burning the bodies. So when I'm walking through here, they usually put the urns out to send to the families. So when I'm walking here at night, I walk right by these urns that they put on these tables here. And then I come down, freaking out.
As if the crematorium wasn't already creepy enough, this occurrence made it worse. Now something odd happens when he passes by the furnaces and it's heard on camera. A loud tapping sound is picked up by the mic, but strangely, it happens only when he passes by the furnaces.
Now, I have a friend that works.
Now, even if the chamber was somehow messing with the phone's mic, it doesn't explain what happens next, because out of nowhere, an urn from across the room starts to vibrate. Only this one begins to move, and not a single other urn does the same. Now that's creepy, but it doesn't stop there, because moments later, this happens. The urn's lid begins to creep open by itself. Seeing this, he bolts out in a panic frenzy before stopping to catch his breath and seeing this. It's as if someone had walked out from inside. Having no explanation for this or this, he clocks out immediately and tells his boss what just happened. Now, while there haven't been any updates, it's safe to say the security guard will be keeping his distance from this place. For now, not much else is known about that night, or how the urn had seemingly came alive. But one thing's for sure though, if that specific urn actually had remains inside, then what just happened becomes a whole lot creepier. Now the following video comes from a mother named Misty Huron who recently posted something that she normally doesn't post. Unlike all her videos, this one has left many of her followers deeply concerned and completely spooked. It's a short clip she recorded from her baby monitor which shows her daughter sleeping inside her crib, but what's strange about this is that even though she was fast asleep, the camera was picking up movement. Clearly, her daughter wasn't moving as much, so there had to be something else in there that was. According to Misty, the only explanation that would have made sense was if her older daughter was still sleeping in this room. However, she isn't.
So we moved my daughter out of this room. Now she's across the hall. But we got all the furniture in, the TV hung. That is like a...
She recently moved into another room inside this house. So, if it's not her other daughter, then who or what is moving? Misty continues to watch to see if anything appears, but nothing does. But after looking closely, she sees it. This is what she saw. Eerily, it appears that someone or something is on the bunk bed. However, no one was sleeping on this bunk bed, let alone staying in this room. Her older daughter used to sleep here, but now she has her own space, which begs the question, just who exactly was on this? Misty has yet to figure this out, which is why she's been posting videos about this in the hopes that someone can. Needless to say, it's pretty freaky, but one night, while touring this exact room where the figure was seen, something completely unexpected happens. Watch.
Okay, a lot of y'all were asking about the room situation, so I'm gonna run that through real quick. We moved my daughter from this room into this room. She got new furniture. That's why the bunk bed is still in there. This is the attic that's in between the rooms that I was talking about that's cracked. It's been that way for a while, so it's not something that I'm overly concerned about, but y'all have got me freaking out in the comments. I cannot even breathe walking in this room. So I am truly terrified, but I'm gonna walk y'all in here real quick. This is the bunk bed. This is where I took her out of her crib, ran up the bunk bed. There was nothing up there when I came. We have her rocking chair, her changing station, her closet with all of the stuff that we still need to put up. This is where I have everything that was gifted. I know a lot of y'all were saying check stuff that came from a thrift store or that wasn't yours, because it might be causing it. I will show you guys up here. There's nothing suspicious. There's no hair from like a rat or something that could have came in. This is marker. These are still tucked in on the sides, like they're still tight from, you know, if somebody was trying to be underneath the blankets. I don't think that's plausible. So I don't know. I have no idea what could be causing it. Oh my God, it's rocking.
All of a sudden, a rocking chair that's placed in the corner of this room begins to rock on its own. But oddly enough, no one else was around to have moved it. Considering what was seen on camera just a few nights ago, Misty can't help but think that her room is haunted. Understandably, since then, she hasn't been inside and won't go in until her husband comes back from his business trip. But until he does, it seems that Misty won't know for sure as to who or what was caught on camera.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need.
Now this next video comes from Arizona, where there's a road where many accidents have taken place. The road in question is known as Lower Buckeye. And just last year, someone had caught something strange on their dash cam while passing through here. On April 30th of 2024, Tasha Moran was driving down this stretch of highway, unaware that she was about to witness something quite disturbing. She was driving down the supposedly haunted highway when suddenly her dash cam captures this. there's something on the side of the road that the camera picks up. It happens quickly, but if you slow the footage, you'll notice what looks like something hunched over. It's a bit hard to tell, but many of those who've seen this clip believe that whatever this was is evidence of something supernatural, especially after seeing the figure seemingly appear out of nowhere in front of the first car ahead. Given the countless stories of those who've seen things here at night, Tasha agrees that whatever this was had to be something unexplainable. While it isn't certain if that's the case, one thing seems pretty clear, and it's that whoever, or whatever this was, had definitely scared the living daylights out of someone who spotted them. So then, just who or what was seen late at night in the middle of nowhere? Now, the following video takes place at a house where construction has been going on for quite some time. The person who took this is a carpenter who was recently hired to work on this property, but unbeknownst to him, this house would be the reason why he doesn't work here alone anymore. One day, while working by himself, strange noises start to emanate from inside the house.
But, yeah, whoa, what the hell? That's what I'm talking about. You guys heard that. Whoa. I don't want to go up there. I do not.
According to the carpenter, no one else was home. Both the property owner and the construction crew who are usually seen here are away for the weekend, which of course doesn't help to make things any less creepy. If no one is here, then what were those noises? While it's possible that a stranger had sneaked in without him noticing, this next part is what makes this whole video pretty creepy, as it seems to hint that maybe it's not a stranger. Now, after hearing what sounded like footsteps, the carpenter proceeds to show the basement. This is where he claims to have had another creepy experience from days before, but while showing it, this happens.
Oh, I seen like an elbow leave this room, but there's nobody else that lives here. This is my client's house. Oh, I swear. Oh my God. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. This is shaking. There's nobody else in the house with me. I swear. This is where I heard those footsteps at. Oh, what the? Oh, it's coming from here. Oh, it's a little. Oh my goodness. That right there. That right there is always. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right. Doing this job out here, look at. See this job? Doing this right here. Man, I've seen things. Things still shaking, dude. I can't even look at it. Maybe some of these objects are haunted. What the Yo, this is moving and this is moving. Why isn't this one moving? I'm used to this already. You know what I mean? Like, don't follow me home.
It's at this point where the supposed break-in turns into something else entirely. Not one, but several lights begin to swing on their own. And to make things even creepier, just as the first light continues to sway, a sudden noise erupts from the display cabinet behind the carpenter.
Oh, it's coming from here. Oh, it's a little. Oh my goodness.
The porcelain doll only makes the encounter that much more unsettling. but overall, this whole experience has left him beyond spooked. He continues to work here given that he was contracted, but currently, and perhaps to his relief, nothing has happened since then. Yet still, the question remains, just what exactly took place inside this house? As with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, as is often the case with paranormal videos, it's usually clips involving children that tend to be the creepiest. That said, even though this next clip is pretty short, its inclusion of a child and something supernatural makes it worth watching. On September 26 of 2025, an aunt records her niece eating breakfast on the kitchen table. It's a seemingly innocent video that was taken 2 years ago, but even to this day, this footage continues to replay in the aunt's mind, as what was captured here is pretty creepy. Watch closely. Like something out of a horror movie, a dark silhouette passes by in the background. It moves slowly, which somehow makes it creepier. But the creepiest part about this, and probably the strangest, is that the light bulb appears to go out when it passes by. It's as though its presence is extremely draining. But that's not all, because apparently, if you look closely at the fridge, you'll notice a reflection. But there's something about it that seems very off. As many have noted, it looks as if the reflection doesn't match the child's. It's almost like it's looking back at her. Now, of course, it isn't clear enough to be sure if that's so. Whether pareidolia or something else, it's still pretty creepy to look at. But still, it's the shadow in this video that many are finding hard to explain. Although this clip was filmed a while ago, it's still just as creepy now as it was then. Thanks for watching.
It's time to ask more of our browser. Hey Copilot, adjust all these recipes for 7 guests and combine them into one.
On September 8th of 2025, a strange video was posted by a woman whose mother runs a daycare center at home. One day, while her mom was looking after a few kids, one of them freaks out and scares the other child. In the following video, a concerned mother is recording her daughter, who just told her that a guy is inside her room. On March 6 of 2023, a Reddit user had taken a photo of his kitchen late at night. The Reddit user claims that over the last couple of years, he's been hearing mysterious noises coming from his apartment. For the longest time, he's been trying to figure out the source of these noises. But then one night, while being in his living room, he takes a photo of his kitchen and captures this. It was only after enhancing the photo that he was able to see what looks to be a tall figure standing in his kitchen. He believes that whoever this is the person responsible for the strange noises he would hear at night. But it only gets creepier because only a few days later, the Reddit user had posted a video of another strange occurrence. He left his camera recording overnight where the figure was spotted and captured this. If you look closely, you can see what looks to be a figure moving in the dark, but it's only after brightening the footage that the video becomes even more scary. This mysterious figure might just be the same person or thing caught in the previous photo. Now, it could be that a squatter is hiding inside his apartment, but then again, some viewers think that this supposed person is actually something supernatural. There haven't been any further updates on this story, but until then, you be the judge on what was captured. It's late at night when the following happens. The person recording is alone at home when all of a sudden, something bone-chilling is caught on camera. Now, the person in question is known as Caitlin, and it was 2 years ago that she was involved in a terrible accident. On August 8th of 2020, Caitlin jumped off a rope swing at a very high altitude, causing her to break her neck after landing on a pile of rocks. This injury was so severe that she had to stay home for more than a few weeks until she recovered. But during her stay at home, Caitlin would encounter something that still haunts her to this day. No one else is home when this is captured.
Oh my god.
Somehow, the two doors open on their own, seemingly at the same time. Feeling beyond spooked, Caitlin sits on her bed, paralyzed with fear. But this wouldn't be the last of it, as only a few days later, this happens. Just like before, the same door closes on its own, leading viewers to believe that the room itself is haunted. Since then, Caitlin hasn't talked about this or the previous incident. Given how frightened she seemed in both encounters, it might be best to forget about them. After all, this terrifying encounter still haunts her to this day. This next video was recorded by a security camera inside an apartment complex. Not much is known about this video, except that it came from this residential building where the little girl and her family reside. The video starts off with footage of the young girl playing by a staircase. Below the stairs is what appears to be a small room. The little girl can be seen staring at something inside the room, but nothing noticeable can be seen on footage. Or at least, that's what the child's parents initially thought. It was only after watching this video multiple times that the parents were left horrified. Something was actually captured inside this room. Take a look. It now becomes clear as to why the little girl seemed hesitant to go inside. A disembodied hand can be seen beckoning to the girl. It almost seems to come out of nowhere before disappearing into thin air. Even the cat who later joins the girl seems unsure about going inside. Whatever this might have been was concerning enough to make them reluctant about entering the space. This mysterious footage, like most videos, has yet to be solved. But until then, you be the judge on what was captured inside this room. There's a place in Mexico that used to be known as the Disneyland of Latin America. Reino Mágico was a small theme park that opened in 1988 and closed only a few years later after multiple fatal accidents took place inside the park. It's unknown if the park had shut down for this reason, but some believe that the park had closed its doors for the simple fact that many visitors reported paranormal experiences while being there. This isn't surprising to some people, as the park was built on a cemetery. Urban explorers are certainly creeped out by this fact, but they're even more creeped out by the statues that were left behind. Rumor has it that the statue of Snow White is haunted. Nightly visitors have reported seeing the statue in a spot that was not the same as where it was originally seen. It's as though it moved on its own. One night, a group of friends visit the abandoned theme park when something very strange is captured on camera. Take a look.
Ándale. Ah, bueno, tú tienes tu luz azul. ¿Qué?
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Es el velador, ¿no? Ah, velador. ¡Ey! ¡Velador!
Aguanta, aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas, no te muevas ahí. Güey.
¿Velador?
Ese no es el velador, güey.
Güey, no es el velador.
No. No, aguanta, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey, eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón. Güey, ¿fue aquí? No digas mamadas, güey. Miren. No digas mamadas, güey.
Yo la vi moverse, güey.
No, Dios. No. No, güey, no mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey?
No sé.
No mames, güey. No mames.
¿Crees que haya sido ella?
Güey, nos estamos metiendo más adentro del reino mágico. Banda, comparte.
No mames, güey, no mames.
Joey?
Yeah. We're meeting for coffee?
Feeling beyond spooked, the group sees what looks to be another person inside the park. But as they look closely, they see that whoever this is appears to be wearing a dress. They continue to watch and notice that how they walk is a bit strange. Fast forward to the group seeing the statue of Snow White, and it's at this point that they realize the color of its dress is the same as the one worn by the person they saw. Could it be that the so-called person was actually the statue moving on its own? The group seems to believe this, but of course, it isn't certain if that's the case. Had the group actually seen the statue moving on its own, or was this something else? Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this one. On May 24th of 2023, at around 10 p.m., a baby monitor captures something pretty spooky on camera. This video was posted by Marquette Jean, who's concerned for the safety of her daughter, as something very strange was captured inside her child's bedroom. The video begins with her daughter, who appears to be staring blankly at the window that's behind the camera. It's unknown as to what exactly it is that she's seeing, but whatever it might be, it seems to have her full attention. She continues to stare at this window when suddenly the camera picks up movement from inside the room. But as we can see in the footage, nothing is moving. Now the family used to have a cat, and the camera would often pick up the cat's movement, but no cat is seen here as their cat had passed away in August of last year. However, as Marquette watches the baby monitor, this happens.
there a cat in here? No. Oh, sorry. Love you, night. Are you okay? What's wrong? No, it's okay. I was just checking on you. Good night. I love you. Scary. Huh? Scary. You're scary? Huh? Why? It's a monster. It's really scary. There's no monster in the window. I'll look. See? I'll look.
Upon seeing a strange cat-like figure on the baby monitor, Marquette bolts into the room and asks if a cat is in there. Confused as to what her mother had seen, Marquette's daughter replies no, but says that she's scared. According to her, there's a monster at the window.
There's no monster in the window. I'll look. See? I'll look.
Marquette checks the window and finds nothing there. Although creeped out by her daughter's response, she's more unsettled by the supposed apparition caught on camera. The family believes this may have been the spirit of the cat that they once had, but later passed away due to cancer. Whether ghost or not, Marquette and her daughter are shaken up by this footage. Like all videos, the question is begged, just what exactly had occurred that night? On October 25th of 2022, a paramedic posted a video of something freaky that occurred during his lunch break. The video is pretty short, so not much happens, but it's a certain detail caught in this footage that makes it quite disturbing. The video begins with the paramedic filming inside a hospital where a couple of surgeons are getting ready to transfer a very sick patient to a different wing. The paramedic walks out of the hospital to record them coming through. It isn't until later that the doctors arrive with the sick patient, who according to them passed away only hours later. The paramedic then stops recording. Now, it was only after finishing work that the paramedic had watched this video and noticed something strange about it. Looking back at the footage, they noticed that during the time they were waiting outside for the doctors to arrive, something unusual was caught in the background. Take a look. If you look closely at the hallway inside the hospital, a dark, shadow-like figure can be seen standing at the end of the hall. It's there for just a few seconds before suddenly disappearing from sight. The paramedic has no idea as to who or even what this might have been, but judging by its appearance, viewers believe that an entity of some sort was seen. They further add that this entity might have been death itself, considering that the patient in this video passed away that same day. Yet it's still not sure as to what was captured. But one thing that's certain is that whoever or whatever this was didn't seem to belong in this hospital. It remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera.
I wasn't always here, but thanks to Purdue Global, I got my literal dream job.
It's late at night when a group of friends decide to visit their school to do something that they would later come to regret. Rumor has it that the school they attend is haunted. According to some students, if you knock on the door of the nurse's office, which is located at the back of the school, someone or something would knock back. Not sure if the rumors were true, and feeling adventurous, a girl named Devi and her friend set out to explore the back of their school and knock on the nurse's door. But what they capture sends them running in a panic frenzy. This is what they caught.
Go! Just knock on it, knock. No, go. Knock harder. Let them know. Let them.
Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream is caught on camera, sending the girls running in full terror. They have no idea where the guttural screams came from, but one could only guess the source of the screech. Viewers believe that it came from either inside the school or near it, which only helps to prove the rumors as true. Something haunts this school. But of course, what's your stance on this? Supernatural or something else? You let me know. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. It's late at night when a girl named Pershka records a video in her kitchen. The purpose of the video is to show an ice machine that she recently purchased, as there's something about it that creeps her out. The ice maker, according to her, makes a very strange noise during the late hours of the night. So one night, as the ice machine makes its unusual noise, Pershka heads over to the kitchen to record the sound. But as she records this video, something pretty creepy is caught on camera. What was supposed to be a short, random video turned out to be a terrifying clip that Pershka has recently taken down for unknown reasons. But it seems that the video itself says it all. Have a look. Like a scene out of a horror movie, Pershka walks into the kitchen and captures for just a split second the figure of a little girl. Even creepier is that whoever this was just disappears as soon as the lights turn on. It's for this reason that viewers believe she had taken down the clip, as otherwise it would continue to remind her of this disturbing incident. Whatever was captured has left her extremely unsettled. Even though this video was taken a few years ago, it is still unknown as to whether or not Pershka had captured something paranormal on camera. Two nurses at a children's hospital encounter something pretty spooky. They had just finished checking on their patients when one of them begins to act nervous. Seeming a bit scared, they walk out into the hallway and proceed to stare at something. The other nurse follows along to see what it is that they're seeing. What happens next inside this children's hospital is creepy to say the least. Watch.
¿Qué pasa? No, salí de la pieza de las 4, no sé mi esposo cuando salí tenía algo atrás. Cuando vine para acá, se me empezó a pegar, boludo. Me pegué un cagazo y ahora lo veo.
Pero es la estática, boludo. Pero está lejos.
Estática? Está viniendo para acá.
Ay, la concha de la lora. La pibita de la camasita me dijo que le tocaron la pierna, que le apretaron la pierna. Ay, mierda, se viene para acá.
Pero se viene para acá, pelotuda. No. ¿Está prendido el aire algo?
¿Qué sé yo? Sí, creo que sí.
Tomátelo. Vamos para adentro, boludo.
Me fui la mierda, la
No,
concha
la
de
concha,
la lora. Ahí está. Que pase largo, boludo.
¿Ves?
No. Ay, la concha de la lora. Ay, la puta que te parió.
Down the hall, a small balloon can be seen making its way towards the nurses. It moves in a straight path before somehow making a turn inside the nurse's room. Both nurses even say that early on strange things were happening, from a patient who claims that something had touched their leg to the male nurse who says that the same balloon was following him around. They believe that something paranormal had occurred. But as with most videos, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or was it something else? You might recall from previous videos about a woman named Lauren Combs who's been experiencing strange happenings in her house. Well, just recently, Lauren had posted some new footage regarding her unusual situation. Now, just as a recap, Lauren has had numerous occurrences happen at home that are thought to be paranormal in nature. From the doorbell going off on its own as though someone was ringing it, to Lauren's hair being pulled by an unseen force, things at home have not been normal since moving in. All that's happened has made her concerned for the safety of her dogs besides her own. She believes that something evil dwells in her house and has bad intentions for both her and her dogs. In a recent video, Lauren is on the porch talking to her boyfriend on the phone when this is captured.
We all love to kick. We can't stop. It's that Opsalure commercial.
The excellent.
Hey, when you come over?
I gotta wait for my work clothes to dry. And I'm coming.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I understand that. I can't just not leave without my work clothes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, do you want me to just make something here?
What do you have?
I mean, like pizzas or maybe chicken nuggets, nothing crazy.
Do you have ranch at your house?
No, can you bring your ranch?
You bring door just closed.
Is that the slam sound?
Yes. And it's locked.
What the fuck?
I just got locked out of my house. Yes, nobody's here.
That's kind of scary. Where's the door?
Luna! Luna's inside by herself. I don't even see her in there. But, hang on.
Take a rash. Lady? Hello? Oh, shit, she's nudged us.
The back door suddenly closes by itself before the doorbell starts ringing out of nowhere. It was immediately then that Lauren knew that this was another paranormal occurrence she had to run away from. Fortunately, she safely escapes from this terrifying situation with both her dogs, but this incident was so frightening that she had to spend a few nights at her boyfriend's before having enough courage to come back. A couple of days pass, and Lauren finally returns home. Like most incidents, this one has left Lauren considering whether or not she should move out. Viewers feel that it might be best if she did, but until she does, it seems likely that the activity in her home will continue and perhaps intensify as seen in previous videos. Just like those, this one remains a mystery. It's late at night when a mother and daughter arrive home. The security camera at the front entrance records them pulling up to the gate of the house when out of nowhere, something very strange happens. This video was posted by Mary Carmen, the daughter in this video, who lives on a small farm with a lot of animals. Now, the animals on this farm would do things that would make her feel as though she were taking care of children. To her, this place feels more like a daycare than a farm. But the biggest child, according to her, is her dog, who's known as Scott. From dancing with his so-called mom to going on boat rides whenever he gets the chance, Mary Carmen has a special place in her heart for Scott. But unfortunately, one night, something happened that left her completely devastated. She had come home with her mother after having dinner at a relative's when she found Scott lying in his bed. He seemed unusually quiet, which he never was. Scott had passed away. Now, it wasn't until grieving for days on end that she finally looked at the security cameras that captured Scott's final moments before passing. Based on the footage, he passed away only a few hours before Mary Carmen returned home. He was already gone before she came. But after looking at the footage of when she arrived, she immediately noticed something strange. What was captured had brought her to tears. Have a look. A strange figure that looks to be a dog suddenly appears on camera. Mary Carmen believes that this may have been the spirit of her dog, given that he just passed away that same night. According to her, he seemed to be waiting for her to return home before departing. It's as though he wanted to see her one last time before going away forever. To this day, Mary Carmen watches this video to remind her that even though Scott is physically gone, he is still with her in spirit. But, like all videos, you be the judge on whether or not the ghost of her dog was captured.
you.